John Deere has just announced it's shifting part of its U.S. manufacturing to Mexico, calling it a strategic expansion. But U.S. President Trump isn't buying it. He's blasting the move as betrayal and threatening a jaw-dropping 200% tariff on Mexican-built Deere imports. With America's farmers, lawmakers, and investors bracing for impact, this isn't just business. It's a full-blown economic flashpoint. So what triggered the shift and what happens next? Buckle up. Here are the 5 key insights behind this high-stakes machinery standoff. The trigger. Why Deere is moving to Mexico. John Deere's $55 million investment in a new manufacturing facility in Monterrey, Mexico, set to begin production by 2026, marks more than a simple expansion. It's a strategic shift. The plant will produce mid-frame skid steer and compact track loaders, essential machines for small to mid-size farms. So what's driving the move? Deere cites rising U.S. labor costs, worker shortages, and supply chain congestion. Mexico, by contrast, offers significantly lower labor costs, an expanding skilled workforce, and easier access to high-growth markets in Latin America, places like Brazil, Argentina, and Colombia. Deere isn't alone. Industry peers like AGCO and CNH Industrial are also adjusting operations to stay lean amid inflation and lingering COVID-era disruptions. Deere says fewer than 5% of its North American operations will shift, with core equipment like harvesters staying in Iowa and Illinois. But that reassurance didn't soften the blow. The announcement came just as rural American plants face potential cutbacks, leaving many to question the company's loyalty. To critics, it felt like corporate strategy wrapped in betrayal. To Deere, it's just survival in a globalized world. But corporate survival wasn't the only story grabbing headlines. Trump's response made it a political storm. Trump fires back, tariffs on the table. Donald Trump wasted no time turning Deere's Mexico move into a political flashpoint. At a rally in Iowa, he declared, "If John Deere builds our machines elsewhere, they'll pay a 200% tariff to bring them back." It wasn't just bluster, it was a direct challenge to Deere's global strategy. For Trump, the issue isn't just economics, it's symbolism. Deere's shift represents, in his eyes, a betrayal of American manufacturing. His message, keep jobs at home or face the financial consequences. But a tariff that steep would hit more than just corporate profits. Farmers already strained by inflation and high interest rates could see equipment costs soar. Dealers, repair shops, and the broader supply chain would feel the ripple effects. Retaliation from Mexico and other trade partners could follow. Trump's allies in Congress backed him swiftly with proposals to limit federal purchases of foreign-made farm equipment. Rural America is now debating whether these measures protect workers or hurt the very communities they're meant to defend. This standoff highlights a deeper divide. Can tariffs revive domestic industry, or do they risk doing more harm than good? And just as the political pressure mounted, Deere's financial reality added more weight to the story. Before we delve deeper, do us a favor and smash that like and subscribe button. It helps this channel reach more vehicle enthusiasts and keeps you updated on industry moves that matter. Deere's revenue drop, dip, or detour. John Deere's move to Mexico comes at a time when its finances are already under pressure. The latest quarterly report revealed a steep 35% revenue drop, falling short of Wall Street expectations. With commodity prices low and borrowing costs high, many farmers are delaying purchases, opting for used equipment or rentals. Sales in Deere's large-scale and precision segments are projected to fall by up to 20%. Meanwhile, the used market is surging. TractorZoom reported a 40% spike in large tractor listings, signaling a broader slowdown in new machinery demand. Despite the dip, Deere remains optimistic. The company expects up to $5.5 billion in net income for 2025 and is leaning into cost-cutting and automation. Investors appear to agree. After a brief stumble, the stock rebounded strategically. Deere is shifting its focus outward. Over half of its agricultural and turf exports now go to Canada, Europe, Brazil, and Australia, giving it room to operate globally even as domestic challenges mount. The company is walking a fine line, balancing political backlash at home with a broader push toward global efficiency. Whether that gamble pays off remains to be seen, but it's not just finances steering Deere's next chapter. Tech is playing an even bigger role in reshaping the company's future. Smart machines, silent jobs, Deere's push into automation. While tariff debates grab headlines, John Deere is quietly transforming farming through cutting-edge technology. The company is betting big on automation, rolling out autonomous tractors, precision sprayers, and AI-driven tools that promise smarter, leaner agriculture. Its headline innovation, the 8R autonomous tractor, can operate without a driver using GPS, LiDAR, and AI to navigate fields with pinpoint accuracy. Drones detect pest outbreaks, while cloud-based software adjusts spray patterns in real time, reducing waste and boosting yield. Powering all this is Deere's Operations Center, a digital dashboard farmers can use to monitor fleets, soil conditions, and equipment health straight from their phones. In Brazil, Deere is even bundling Starlink connectivity to reach remote farmland. But here's the catch. These machines don't care where they're built. Whether assembled in Iowa or Mexico, performance, not geography, is what matters. And with automation accelerating, the real disruption isn't offshoring, it's job loss. Oxford Economics projects 20 million manufacturing jobs could vanish by 2030 due to robotics. Deere isn't replacing Americans with Mexicans, it's replacing people with machines. The real question now, are we training workers fast enough for a future where tractors drive themselves? Still, what the public thinks of this shift may shape Deere's path just as much as the technology driving it. Divided fields, public perception, and political pressure. John Deere has long been a pillar of rural America, a trusted name etched into barns, fields, and generations of farmers. But after its Mexico move, that trust is showing cracks. Across farm forums, radio call-ins, and local town halls, opinions are split. Supporters say Deere is adapting to survive in a global economy. Critics argue it's abandoning the very workers and communities that built its legacy. One farmer bluntly asked, why Mexico and not Nebraska? Political pressure is ramping up. Trump allies in Congress have introduced bills to restrict federal purchases of foreign-made equipment. Hearings on Deere's strategy are being discussed, and the administration is exploring tariff policies tied to domestic production. Meanwhile, Deere's lobbyists are pushing back, arguing that tariffs won't just squeeze corporate profits, they'll hit farmers hardest by driving up machinery costs during a time of rising global food demand. Deere, for now, isn't retreating. No apologies, no reversals, just a steady march forward. This isn't merely a dispute over factories, it's a deeper battle over what rural America should look like in a rapidly evolving world. And that leads us to the big picture, the deeper transformation that's quietly reshaping what American industry really means. Final drive, where tradition meets transformation. John Deere's decision to expand in Mexico didn't just trigger Trump's tariff threats. It threw a spotlight on a larger reckoning. This is more than one company's move. It's a collision course between economic evolution and the nostalgia of American manufacturing glory. One camp rallies for bringing jobs home. The other is doubling down on innovation and global reach. But can both coexist, or are we watching the slow fade of the assembly line era? The answer may shape not only Deere's direction, but how rural America defines its future. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear how you see this issue from behind the wheel or the shop bench. Don't forget to subscribe. More updates coming soon. Thanks for riding with us. You can now check out any of the videos on the screen. There's plenty more to explore.